Let's do the first episode of Uncensored. And everything's going to be pretty much uncensored. No editing like it I do in like the other videos. Like I say, it's just going to be strictly uncensored, because there's things that I get asked on TikTok that I can't really answer because, you know, it's going to get banned or whatever. TikTok can be weird that way. So I'm just going to go off my head stuff that I've been asked that I haven't really answered on there. You know, one, again, it's the typical one. You know, why don't you believe in God? Why are you not interested in God? You know, are you not afraid of going to hell and stuff? And like, for me, yeah, look, the obvious one is I've got to see it to believe it. But honestly, as I've said this before, I don't care. Like, honestly, like, I really makes no odds to me if God existed or not. I've said it before, and I have said this somewhat in the life before. That if God come down, I don't care, man. Like, God exists, cool. You don't exist, cool. But I don't believe it because I can't see it. I only believe in things that I can see and I know they exist. But even if that's the case, if it did exist, for me, who cares? I don't care. Another one, you know, politics. I don't care about politics. You know, I'm not left or right. Well, you got to choose one. No, I don't. I'm not left. I'm not right. It's pretty much smack bang in the middle with it. All I'll say in it, I can see good from the left and right and bad from the left and right. Now, talk of the Kirk. I forgot his first name, because I'm not going to lie, until what happened, I haven't really heard that much of him till I looked at him and I was like, oh, okay, I have seen him before, I've heard murmurs of stuff. But I didn't agree with his opinions, but the bloke didn't deserve to lose his life in front of his kids, in front of his wife. You know, it's pretty damning on the world that these days people can have an opinion. Like I say, I didn't agree with everything that he said, but doesn't mean because you disagree with somebody they deserve to lose their life, because some people haven't got the mental capacity to debate people and what's different and what's right. And like I say, at the end of the day, whether you agreed or not with him, it was his opinion, and he was giving people a platform to have a talk back with him. So, disagreed with a lot of his opinions, but just because you have a different of opinion, doesn't mean you should be assassinated. And then you've got morons, yes, morons out there celebrating his death. Now, for me, very few people that I could care less if they passed or not is obviously paedophiles, rapists, people like this, real monsters like I don't care about. But Kirk wasn't a monster. He had difference of opinions, and I can see where he's coming from because he's Christian. Even though I'm not into Christianity, obviously, I can still understand that he was Christian and why he holds them beliefs. But yeah, it's wrong. Moron if you've celebrated his death. I'm sorry, you are. Now, go on to somebody commented on me being an hypocrite because I've got Richard Ramirez painting on my wall and Charles Manson at the top. Now, my reply back to that is, as I've stated before, I collect true crime. That's it. You know, that's pretty much all I've got to say to it. It's just I collect true crime when I talk about true crime, because I'm doing more content on true crime here on YouTube. I want true crime in the background as well. So it's there because I collect true crime, and I've been fascinated with true crime since I was a kid. That's it for me. That's the only reason why it's on my wall, because I like true crime. I've stated many times, even on TikTok lives, I don't know many times I have to say it, I don't like the killers. It's more of a fascination. Again, it's on the wall because I collect true crime, and when I'm doing YouTube content on true crime, I have it in the background. So yeah, that's it on that. I like true crime. You don't like it, don't watch the videos, don't come into my stream, get your knickers in a twist, whatever, you know. Um, what else is there? I'm sure that there's more. I'm just trying to think of stuff that I've been asked that I can't answer on TikTok, because you have to keep it more PG. Like I say, anything politics, don't really get involved with. Oh yeah, royal family. Do I like the royal family? No. Does that mean I celebrated the passing of the Queen? No, obviously not. Only morons will do that as well. Again, I don't care about the royal family. They do nothing for me. They've done nothing against me. But yeah, I just don't care for the royal family. That doesn't mean that I, you know, wish any harm on them. People, when you have difference of opinion, people like to throw things down your throat and say, oh, this and that. Like anybody else that I don't know in life, I hope they have a good life, but I don't care for the royal family. I don't. Like I say, for one, and people get this mixed up, and I've stated this before, but like I say, it's just going to be raw episodes of Uncensored. I don't do celebrity worship, so I've put this easier before, because like Glenn Jacobs, who plays Kane the wrestler, it's like I wish Glenn Jacobs health and a great career, but it's Kane that I care about, the character that he played. Like I said, I don't do celebrity worship. Again, I've had people come in and say, well, you got Marilyn Manson on the wall, you collect Marilyn Manson, you paid basically £300 to meet Marilyn Manson. Yes, yes. Why do you think I paid that? Because I like his music. Like, that's it. Like, it's still not, to me, that's not celebrity worship. Like, trust me, if you want to look at celebrity worship, allow Twitter, anyone, Christ. Same with the occult of, I'm an Arsenal fan, the occult of Mikel Arteta. Like, greatest manager in the world, yet he's really done nothing for us. Yeah, he won us the FA Cup, and that's cool, grateful for it, but since then we've not got to, like, people go, yeah, we finished second quite a few times. Yeah, you know, you're not number one, so once he gets us over the line, that proves me wrong, and I can say, oh yeah, he was the manager for us. But you know, these people that I don't know, it's weird, man. I find celebrity worship, football worship, whatever you want to call, weird, with the players and stuff. Like, for me, it's a weird one. Half of these people only obsessed with the players because they have a crush on them, which is weird. For me, I don't really care what a footballer, male, female, looks like. Do your job as a footballer, put the ball in the net. It's your job, right? Or so. What else? Surely there's got to be more. None of this is getting cut out. Like I say, it's not going to be like a movie reviews I do or other stuff where it gets cut and edited. It's just going to be, as I've said 1,000 million times, I'll repeat myself. Just uncut. There's got to be more stuff. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, is the state of goth. Do I think goth's dead? Clearly not. But I see the problem. Well, I've heard the problem people have with it. You know, there's goth girl who got her cat out on a cemetery, lying on top of, obviously, the family's not happy about it, and I understand that. Of course, that's disrespectful, you know. If you want to do that sort of stuff, there's nothing wrong with it, but you could get yourself a coffin or go into the woods and, get that coffin and take photo shoots on there. Nothing wrong with that. It's a lot of people being having a problem with the whole sexualization of goth women, But if you look at it with the bondage looks and everything, again, some of the goth dress has been strictly took from BDSM. If you look at some of the way that it dresses, the way that some of the women dress these days, and again, there's nothing wrong with this. People are making a living from it, but I can understand where some goths are coming from with, it's about the music and the look. And again, the whole thing that people claim that goth's not political, goth is political. Again, I don't care about any of that. Do I like your music? Yes, that's it. Cool, that's it for me. Each to their own. If you guys want to argue over what's political with goth music and not, go ahead, knock yourselves out. Don't really care. For me, it's just, do I like the music? Does it grab me? If it's yes, it's cool. But yeah, people have a problem with that. Now, for me, just let people do what they want to do. A lot of these people are making a living at it. Who cares? I can understand why it's doing some goths heads in and now. I guess women that are not like that, they sort of feel like it's giving them a bad name. But yeah, you can make your content and put it out there that you're not like that. Do you get what I mean? So you make content that you want, really. So for me, I don't really care when it comes to goth. It's mainly the music for me. Now, going from goth, let's go into the other genre that I love, which is metal. Black metal, death metal, that I'm going to talk about on this, because I do find this a bit hypocritical. Like, racist black metal, and there's some of that in different genres of metal. But my point is, though, and I've heard this argument, if we can have bands like Deicide, right? Fantastic band, I love Deicide. But this is my argument. We can have songs about dissing Christianity and God, and even songs about killing Christians. Now, people will say, well, Matt, when they're singing about that the playing is for shock rock. And I've gone into this a little bit before with the lyrics that, I don't take it seriously. I don't believe or disbelieve because you don't know. It's just for me, it's for the music, and do I like it? Now, I love Deicide and every single song that they've done. I think it's great. They're great songwriters. But if you listen to Deicide, no, put it this way, even though I say I don't believe or disbelieve, because for me, I don't care whether a band means lyrics or not. Slayer, hello. I love Slayer. Tom Araya is a Christian. He didn't mean any of the lyrics that were sung, even though he didn't write. He wrote some lyrics, but not all of them. But he was a Christian. He didn't mean it. Some people went off Slayer. To me, that's pathetic. For me, just, do I like the music? Yes. But for argument's sake, because I have had this, if somebody come up to me and said, you got to answer these questions or else I'm going to end your life, I'm going to answer them. Somebody said to me, Deicide, do they really hate Christianity? I'm convinced that they hate Christians. I'm convinced that he hates Christianity. Am I convinced that he really wants Christians to die? No, I just think it's a metaphor, but he hates Christians. Glenn hates Christians, right? Now, on the flip side of that, and this is my point, I don't care if he didn't mean it, but my point is, for this argument, is, okay, these racist bands within black metal and death metal, is, how do you not know that they're just doing it for shock value? what's the difference? Like, now, to put it out there, I'm not racist at all. Like, I have mates of all colours, and personally, it's your opinion, but if you dislike somebody the colour of their skin, I think you're an idiot. It's my opinion. But how do you know these bands are not doing it for shock value? Same sort of thing. Like, these people that I see saying, oh, you shouldn't listen to this because it's racist. Well, you seem to be okay with bands talking about killing Christians and whatever. Now, like I say, for me, even though I think Glenn does mean that he hates Christianity, I don't actually think he wants Christians to fucking die or anything. But my point is, what's the difference? For me, just metal's meant to be extreme. For me, as long as it's loud and it's good when it comes to black and death metal or raw black metal, what's the difference? Because you don't know, right? It could be for just shock value. Glenn could be all for just shock value. It could be. Same as these racist bands, you know? And there is a thing called separating the art from the artist, if that's where you want to go. I've had people try and make me feel guilty, as I've stated before, for loving Jeepers Creepers, specifically the first two. Because I'm not going to get into it much, but if you want to read what the director did, then read it. But it's an odd read, and this bloke talking about somebody that deserves what they get. This bloke deserves what he gets, and won't feel bad if he did, because it's disgusting what he did. But again, I can separate the art from the artist, because at the end of the day, still as an artist to me, making films an art form. So that's the point that I wanted to take, is it's no different. Like, for me, it's just the music, you know, despite the lyrics, whatever, it's just, does it sound good? If it does, then I'm on board with it. And you haven't got to believe in the message, have you, that these artists are singing about? You haven't got to believe it. Because for me, there is bands out there, like I love Dying Fetus, right? You do get some people out there that only listen because they like to shock people, right? Like, for example, let me use this, right? Dying Fetus. You took those lyrics from Dying Fetus, and let's take a cliche band like him, which I do like him, by the way, Bill Valo. If you took the lyrics from him and put it in Dying Fetus, would you still listen to the music? I would, because it's still the same great vocals. Yes, the lyrics are going to be a hell of a lot different, but it's still going to sound awesome and epic. And I say this because there is some bands out there that are just, no, not bands, sorry, some fans out there that just listen because they want to shock people. And there's nothing wrong with that. I like shock value in music. I love the shocking lyrics and the shocking appeal and shocking appearance. Like, before, I've seen bands' t-shirts and I'm like, oh my god, that looks amazing, I'd wear that. It's insane, man. Like, wow, like, because I like covers and stuff. But the first thing I do before I do any of that is listen to the music. Plenty of times I've seen a band's image and a band's t-shirts or whatever, listen to the music, and it's like, yeah, I mean, the lyrics are cool, the lyrics are messed up and shocking, and so is the image, but the music sucks, so it's not for me. For me, it's all got to work. Dying Fetus got the shocking lyrics, just shocking music and song names from womb to waist and whatnot. But the difference with them, and the reason why I wear them, is because I actually love the music. You know, trust me, there's even more extreme names out there than Dying Fetus and their type of music. So this is just the point. I don't know if I've made sense, because this is not getting cut into pieces and rearranged how I normally do the videos. Again, I want to say, I repeat myself, this is just uncut, raw talk, where it's going to be, I'm just going to do an episode maybe every week of it, But if something comes up, I'll talk about it. Obviously, if nothing comes up, I've got nothing to talk about, then I ain't going to do a video on it. Or if some people come up with good questions in my TikTok lives, then I'll answer them on here, because I don't really want to answer on TikTok live, because I can't really give a proper answer, because you have to censor yourself on here. Hence, well, on TikTok. Hence why this series is going to be called Uncensored. And for me, if you're doing Uncensored, you don't want it edited and all that sort of crap, right? It's just going to be uncensored. When I do reviews on that, yes, that's going to be what's it called, edited and stuff. But stuff like this is not going to be. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can think of. The Jason look. Do I like the look of the Jason from Jason Universe? It's okay. I've warmed to it a little bit, but I still hope they change the mask. But if they don't, I think it'll still look fine. I'm looking forward to the TV series coming on Friday the 13th. Still need to get that Jason side out. I think it's only in the US at the minute. Looks nice though. I had mixed reviews though, but I will try it at some point. Where else? I'm trying to think of anything else that I've been asked, because I don't know when this and then what. Oh yeah, I don't answer this. Can't think. But what I'm thinking, I am on Twitch, peeps. I play Dead by Daylight at Spawn of Ori's TTV. I also do TikTok live and have TikTok content as well, which is at Spawn of Ori's. That's your thing. On here, like you will see, I do horror reviews and true crime stuff. Dead by Daylight. I need to start uploading more DVD content on here too, to be fair. I can't think of anything else. I guess let's go back to something I've answered before, but I might all go over it, is, why Satanism. I don't feel like I remember reading the Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey, and it wasn't a case of, oh, I want to be Satanist. It was like I was reading it, and it was just like, this is how I already think. This is how I already feel. So it just, I don't know, it was kind of like just like reading it was going from my own, I don't know, thoughts maybe, because the Satanic Bible is just how my mind works. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to apply that to my life. It was already, oh, this is already applied to my life. It's got a name, Satanism. And I guess another thing that makes me laugh when people come into the stream, and I guess I can see it from a point of view, but again, it's one of them, don't assume shit, because sometimes you sound dumb if you assume stuff that you don't know. When people think, oh, you're trying to be cool, hard, what's it called, edgy, trying to be edgy and all that sort of crap because of the way that I dress. And I'm really trying to be edgy and hard. Like, I can't even, to this day, I can't watch Neverending Story, the scene with a horse. It breaks me. I can't get past that. And again, trying to be edgy and hard and all that. I have Pokemon on the wall. I have an Arsenal corner over here. As you can see, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm 36. I still watch Pokemon. Yeah, I'm really trying to be hard and edgy. If I was to think I'd admit stuff like that, I have literally 2 Pokemon on my wall, Gengar and Abra. I still scream at the telly when Arsenal are playing. So, it always makes me laugh when people do that, because it's like, it's just a weird thing to say to someone. I mean, I do see some metalheads like it, specifically, not to out any genres, and I love black metal, but especially some black metal fans, like, they don't smile. They'd probably try to pretend that they don't like this and that. Like, I've had a mate before, like, oh, my guilty pleasures, like Paramore or something. Like, I love black metal and death metal, but I like maybe 3 songs of Paramore. I like the whole hymn, why can't I say that word? The whole hymn albums, let's put it that way. My favourite being Razorblade Romance, Vilvalo. Now, to some people, that's pussy music. That's what they call it. Especially people into black metal and death metal, and all that you should listen to is extreme. So I like him a lot. Him's a great band. Vilvalo, the band Him. Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff out there. But you do get some black metal people like that, which is kind of funny because I'm not somebody that takes it way too seriously, which is why I sit here with a smile on my face and whatever. But yeah, I mean, each to their own. It might just be that that's all they listen to, and that's fine. Like for me, like it's either metal, goth, or rock that I listen to. You know, when I say metal, I say this all the while when I'm on stream. The whole umbrella of metal. You know, apart from power metal, really, I can listen to a few here and there, but not really. So really not power metal, not really into glam rock, apart from Mothball and T-Rex maybe. Yeah, I mean, hopefully I think of more stuff and we'll do more stuff like this. I'm sure I will. I'm sure some people in the TikTok lives I'll ask questions that I can't answer because it being TikTok, I don't want to get banned. I mean, I got done before just for debating with a Christian and got done for it. Hate speech, apparently, even though I'm just asking, how do they know that God exists? And like, yes, I got done for that. So, whatever. That's why I don't really bring it up anymore. We'll just save it for content like this on YouTube. At least it gives me something to talk about. So yeah, I've spoke about the old goth thing, the metal. Is there anything else? I don't think there is. I guess one more thing, true crime. I've seen some YouTubers claiming that true crime stuff's getting out of hand and that it's being too commercialised, but come on, it's always been commercialised. It sells, you know. Crime sells, sex sells. It's in music, it's in films, of course it's going to sell. And for me, I'm old-fashioned that way. If you don't like something, just use your brain a little bit. If I can use my brain, so can you. If you don't like something, movies, music, true crime, if you get your panties in a twist, all you gotta do is use your brain real quick. If it's on YouTube, TikTok, or a film, or on Netflix, get the remote, turn it off. Problem solved. Appreciate watching.